So, today's video is going to be about sleep. Why is it important? What are the negative impacts of not getting enough? And then how can we improve it? So, firstly, how much do we need? The general consensus seems to be around 7 to 9 hours. If you can get more than that, then that's absolutely fantastic. But generally, if you're getting less than 7 hours, it's not good. You need to work on that. But the general amount that people need is going to be different for everyone. So some people's output and activity is different to others. So the amount of sleep that you need, the amount of recovery that each person's going to need is going to vary from person to person. So let's look at why we need to get some sleep. The negative impacts of not getting enough sleep. So let's say you're ranging 5 hours sleep per night. Not good. So when we have reduced amount of sleep, it's going to increase our ghrelin, which is a hormone that regulates our hunger. So it's going to increase the ghrelin. So it's going to increase our hunger. You might have had enough food. Your body might be full, but this hormone is going to get released and it's going to trick you into thinking that you need more food, which is going to lead to overeating, eating more than you need, therefore reducing the chances of you being in a calorie deficit. Therefore, if your goal is weight loss, it's going to hinder that goal. And on the flip side, reduced sleep is going to increase your leptin, which is the hormone that is responsible for making you feel full. Same situation as ghrelin, is that your body is going to switch off that hormone. It's not going to release as much. So when you are full, your body is going to be ignoring that sign. It's going to continue telling you that you need to eat more food. And again, that is going to reduce your chances of being in a calorie deficit / losing weight. Another impact is reduced energy. So we all know that if you don't get enough sleep, you're going to feel crap the next day and your energy is going to be reduced. So that is going to impact your day-to-day life. You're going to feel low and deflated. And then in terms of our specific situation for the people that are going to be watching this video is our diet and our training. So if we have reduced energy, we're not going to perform as well in the gym. And if we're in a dieting phase, for example, our performance in the gym is incredibly important. If we are in the later stages of it, more so. When we are training, we need to be training intense and hard to fight to maintain the muscle that we have. And if we're not able to perform in the gym, then we have a higher chance of losing muscle, which no one wants to do on a dieting phase. So, next, poor mood and motivation. Similar to our energy, our mood is going to be affected. So, of course, we're going to feel grouchy. We're going to feel annoyed. We're going to feel our temper's going to be shorter. And when it comes to our motivation to go to the gym, to go do our food shop, to do our meal prep, if our mood is not in a good place, we're less likely to do it or less likely to do it to the full standard. I'm sure everyone has experienced days where they have not wanted to go to a gym, and hopefully more often than not, we ignore that and we go anyway because we know we need to. But if you're having a very low amount of sleep, your motivation is going to be a lot lower and you're more likely to skip the gym, therefore reduce your results, possibly increase the chances of losing muscle, which we do not want. Less recovery. So all similar topics is that with the training, of course, we need to recover more so in a dieting phase. We've got more of a stimulus, we've got more fatigue being accumulated, and then when you sleep, you reduce that fatigue, you recover. And if you're taking away that opportunity to recover, then your performance is going to be affected. You're not going to recover from those training sessions. So the next time you go to a training session, it's more likely that you're still going to be tired from your previous session. DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, that's going to increase. That is not going to potentially have dissipated from a previous session. So you may work out legs on a Monday and still be sore on a Thursday because you haven't given your body a chance to recover. That's just silly. So making weight makes losing weight harder. So the first two are going to come into that situation. Well, all of it is, but mainly the increased ghrelin. So we're going to feel hunger. We're going to have less chance of being in a calorie deficit because we're going to be eating more. We're going to be snacking more. And then again, the leptin. The leptin is going to switch off our feeling of being full. And again, that is going to increase the amount of calories we eat and stop us losing weight. And then the last point is makes training harder. So here's where the motivation and the energy are going to come into one. Your training sessions, when we're in the gym, we need to be pushing. We need to either be progressing, maintaining. We need to be working at a very high intensity to elicit response, to maintain / build muscle. And if you can't do that, then your performance is going to be subpar, and therefore so are your results. Every now and then, not the end of the world. Everyone has things that get in the way, things that we can't control. But if your sleep is regularly poor, then it definitely needs resetting and fixing. How do we do that? So there's plenty of things we can do to improve our sleep. Wind down. So if we know what time we need to go to sleep to get the optimal amount of sleep, then before that time hits, we're not just going to, so if you need to get to bed by 10 o'clock to get your 8 hours, you're not just going to go and get into bed at 10 o'clock because you're not going to fall asleep straight away. So we need to wind down. We need to have our meals out of the way, have like all the stuff we don't need doing in the evening out of the way. And then we need to create a routine. So a wind down routine. That could be anything. That could be so individual. It could be a case of reading a book, writing, filling out a diary, going for a walk, whatever it is, just not on a phone. Don't be checking your messages. So create a routine that allows your body to recognize when it's time to go to bed. And then you will reactionarily get tired around that time when you start doing these things. No drinks within an hour of bedtime. So something that is going to affect your sleep massively is if you keep getting up to go for a piss. So stop drinking within an hour probably of bedtime. Go to the toilet, get it all out, and then don't be drinking anything else. Make sure you're hydrated throughout the day so that you're not getting out thirsty at the end of the day. So make sure you're drinking enough, and then stop drinking within an hour of your bedtime so that we're not going and pissing all the time, because that, like, turn the light on, it's going to wake you up. It's not going to be great. You're not going to get good sleep. Avoid caffeine late in the day. So as general, I would avoid caffeine past 2 o'clock. If you are like me and love a completely jacked up pre-workout that's going to have you buzzing through your workout, that is going to keep you buzzing. And if you have that late in the day, your sleep is going to be massively affected. So limit the amount of caffeine. Coffees, tea, some carbonated drinks, and pre-workout massively. If you work out in the evenings, then I would make sure that your pre-workout nutrition is on point, as opposed to having pre-workout, because you don't want to be, even if you absolutely batter yourself in the gym, and usually you'd get home and you'd need to sleep and be tired from that. If your body is full of caffeine and your mind is racing, you're going to find it very difficult to go to sleep. Very, very difficult. So limit that. Try and avoid that after 2 o'clock. Calm your mind. This goes hand in hand with winding down / routine. You want to get your brain ready to go to sleep. So again, like reading, dimming the lights, not watching program on television, listening to some calming music, just things you can do that are going to start relaxing you and getting your body ready to switch off. And put down the devices. So similar to the drinks, within an hour of bedtime, I would avoid going on screens. These are going to keep your brain wired. They're going to keep you awake. They are designed, like these apps are designed to keep you on there. Like this scrolling on TikTok, it's a time dump. Before you know it, you spent 30, 40, an hour scrolling away, and that is an hour you could have been asleep. So put the devices down, set a timer. If you know you need to be at bed at 10 o'clock, set yourselves an alarm for 9 o'clock. Devices down, no more drinks after this point. Start your wind down routine. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things you could do to improve your sleep. Obviously, there's more. There's different things people can do, but those are an absolutely great place to start. So I hope we enjoyed this video.